Happy Tuesday, the 12th of December. Thank you for joining my live stream. And if you're not watching live, make sure that you hit the live chat replay, because at the end of every live stream, I jump over to the live comments. So just make sure you do that so you know exactly what's going on. Today's really exciting, and it's thrown a spanner in the works actually, because I had a plan of stuff that I wanted to talk about during this live, and literally 10 minutes before, a new piece of information has come out about Palantir. So we're absolutely going to cover that. This is the first time I'm actually reading about this new piece of information, which is a very exciting new partnership. We'll get onto all of that. We'll also look at some recent things Alex Karp has been saying, what the CTO has been saying as well. And then, of course, at the end, we will have a look to see what Palantir stock is doing pre-market. In the meantime, whilst I go through all this information, please feel free to use the live chat. Let everyone know your thoughts, your feelings about Palantir. What are you doing with Palantir in your own portfolio right now? And if you've got any other stocks that you're interested in at the moment, let me know those too, because tonight at 7:30 UK time is my first video on my second channel. Those of you who join these lives every day will already know about that channel. It's Stock Speak, a place where I can share an overview on many, many different types of stocks, not just Palantir and Tesla. First video coming later tonight, and it's going to be on PayPal, because that has been a stock that a lot of people have been telling me to look into. So please go and subscribe over there if you haven't already. Anyway, let's get straight into this, because we now have quite a lot to cover. We're going to start with just some information to give you guys, and then we'll get on to the new partnership, which is the exciting stuff. So very recently, I don't actually know when, like yesterday, day before, very, very recently, the CTO of Palantir, Sharm, I never know if I'm saying that right, Sharm, I'm going to say, had an interview. He had an interview, and so did Joe Longsdale, who was one of the original people involved in Palantir. And during this interview, and we're not going to watch here or anything like that because it's very, very long, but I've just picked out some things I thought were really interesting to share. He was speaking in this interview about how difficult and how challenging it was in the early days of Palantir, and how tough it was to get Palantir up and running. Because ultimately, at the beginning of Palantir's lifetime, it was very much geared towards the government sector. They didn't really have their commercial side at that time. They were very much focused on delivering software to the government. And he was saying, if you're building a defense company, which is what Palantir was for a long time and still primarily is, I guess, you can't just be 10% better. I think he said 10%. You can't just be 10% better, because then the Department of Defense would rather just stay with the companies that they're used to. They won't look to change, because it's such a big deal for them to actually make a change. So it was difficult because they had to prove that they were so much better than anyone else. And then he was saying that when they were trying to, talk to people in Silicon Valley, and they were trying to get funds and stuff like that, it was so, so hard, because investors and the VCs wanted to go with those companies that had commercial properties, that had commercial products. They didn't really want to back someone that was looking into working with the government, because of how difficult that really is. And the revenue's more slow, and it's very sticky, all of that stuff. So they were saying, he was sharing this story. He was saying that, these people were turning around to them in the early days and saying, look, we see that you have a lot of smart people. You have a lot of PayPal founders. You have the best talent in the area, but please, can you just build something that we can then go and sell to a bank, instead of actually working on something for the government? So they, and the Defense Department couldn't understand and couldn't see the benefit in going with a new provider rather than just staying in-house. So it was clearly very, very difficult. But do you know what I think this shows us? It shows us that they have already been there and done that, and now they are a trusted company to work with the government. And that is one of their economic moats, because what that now means is they are one of a very few amount of companies that are actually trusted to provide software to the Department of Defense, to the government organizations. And now that they have used that to their advantage and started the FedStart program to help other companies provide their software to the government, they have an economic moat. They have a competitive edge compared to a lot of other people in the business. So although maybe the government side of Palantir is not as exciting for many people as the commercial side, it is still a massive, massive portion of their overall revenue. So we have to stay alert to everything that's going on both sides of Palantir's business. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting that he was sharing that. So let's now get over to a very, very exciting piece of information here today. Now, let me share my screen. Here it is. Here it is. So this has literally just come out. You can see 44 minutes ago. Very, very new. This is a brand new partnership that Palantir have. So we're going to find out who it's with, what's going on. Is it good? Is it like, what does this mean for the future? And like I said, this is literally the first time that I'm reading this. So I have no idea what this is about. So let's just have a look here together. Right. Oh, don't want to look up that. PlasCred Circular Innovations. Okay, I've never heard of that company. PlasCred Circular Innovations enhances logistics and operations with Palantir in a strategic collaboration. I'm going to just zoom in here a little bit. PlasCred Circular Innovations, a transformative leader in the plastic waste upcycling sector. Okay, interesting sector, a new sector, waste management, plastic upcycling. Okay, proudly announces a strategic collaboration with Palantir, a leading provider of AI systems globally and in Canada. Okay, are they a Canadian company? Because why did they mention Canada specifically? Yeah, they must be. Okay. This partnership signifies a major step in integrating advanced AI technologies into PlasCred's environmental efforts, particularly focusing on refining supply chain logistics for plastic waste feedstock and optimizing. Okay, this stuff, look here. So although it's a sector that maybe we're not used to seeing with Palantir, what I'm seeing straight away is talking about integrating advanced AI technology, particularly focused on supply chain logistics. That is something that it doesn't really matter what sector. If there's a supply chain involved, if you can make that better, Palantir can come in and help. And optimizing operational processes. So let's just have a look. I've pulled this up just to see what this company is, because like I said, I've never heard of them before. So they are redefining waste into resource and giving plastic a second life. Upcycling plastic, that's what it said. They are accelerating the progress towards a climate positive future for Earth and aim to become one of the largest upcycling facilities in North America and globally. With innovative and revolutionary technology, PlasCred is PlasCred, plastic, plastic. I wonder what the second bit stands for. Anyway, transforming the way the world handles waste, plastic and plastic recycling. They have a clear roadmap for the future, focusing on positive environmental impact and becoming the gold standard of environmental credits, including plastic and carbon credits. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of an idea as to what they do. Got some company highlights here. I won't go through all of these. Some information that they are expanding across North America. So they are now looking for a way to integrate AI to improve their efficiencies, to allow them to expand quicker, I imagine, and things like that. Absolutely, Palantir, I'm sure, can help here. Let's just read more and see what's going on. The collaboration will commence with the implementation of Palantir's Foundry and AIP platforms. Okay, again, we are seeing a lot of businesses want to get their hands on artificial intelligence platform, AIP. It's kind of like this big shiny product that Palantir are offering. But what a lot of people don't realize is that they can have AIP on its own. They absolutely can. But in order to actually get the most out of AIP, and I thought my microphone went off then, and for the AIP to work as efficiently as possible, they need to have the ontology, they need to have the infrastructure in place. And that means that a lot of time, Palantir are actually able to upsell Foundry. That's probably what's happened here, because they're getting both in their implementation. They're getting Foundry and AIP. I'm not sure what this is, to be honest, but let's keep going. This initiative is aimed at harnessing the power of Palantir's technology to optimize operational efficiency, resource management, and decision-making processes. Time and time again, optimize efficiency, Resource management, putting the right people into the right tasks at the right time, not wasting time. Decision making. The companies that are able to make the best decisions, again, at the right time, are the ones that have the competitive edge. I know I keep saying it, but these are the day that we now live in, the world that we now live in, is very ran by data. Most companies have the ground knowledge and the ground abilities, but it's those companies that now can integrate AI that will then go on to become bigger and better than those companies that don't. And data efficiency, obviously, and data integration, understanding your data. Importantly, the insights gained from the implementation will greatly inform the design and development of the upcoming PLTR Maximus facility. I don't know what this is about because, like I said, I'm just seeing this for the first time. Let's just see if we can see anything here. There was something about this in there, wasn't there? Okay, I'm just for the sake of not wasting time on this live stream, I'm imagining that that's just a new facility that they're building, ensuring it's built with the most advanced and optimized processes. So they've designed, by the looks of it, they've designed a new facility called Maximus Facility, and it's to produce approximately 2,000 up to 10,000 barrels a day of zero sulfur green condensate, and remove approximately 300 up to 1.3 metric tons of plastic waste from the environment while using minimal energy. So we're definitely going to have to look into what that actually means in terms of this company. But either way, Palantir are coming in to make that more efficient, optimizing the process. After the beta phase, they plan to extend the technology to PLTR Maximus. The insight gained from Primus will be crucial in shaping the design and functionality of Maximus, underlining our commitment to sustainable. Okay. Let's find out what Palantir have had to say here. We are excited to work with them and see our software being used at a company at the forefront of the environmental sector. Environmental sector, are Palantir working with anyone else in this sector? Maybe waste management ties into environmental sector. But this is still interesting because this highlights yet another example of the total addressable market. And I'm so bored of saying that, but it is one of the key features as to why us Palantir investors, I'm guessing everyone watching this is a Palantir investor or at least thinking of becoming one. That's why we're so bullish. One of the big reasons, because we see that this company can just expand into all different sectors, which then means that they're a bit like they have a long list of different sectors and different companies to actually eventually partner with. So they're not restricted. That's one of the key reasons. And this is just another example of that. We keep seeing partnerships coming out that maybe we didn't expect, like that horse one that we had the other day, the HISA. Didn't expect that. It happened because Palantir can be valuable wherever. This collaboration is a testament to our commitment to working with mission-driven companies of all sizes across Canada. There you go, Canadian company. That answers that question. Again, another thing that we like to see is expansion globally. We don't just want to see the US government side getting contracts. We don't want that. We want that as well, but we also want to see hit the mic, got too excited. We want to see the government side expand outside of America. Then we want to see the commercial side grow within the US, but importantly as well outside of the US. So this is very good in terms of that. Helping them unlock the potential of their data. AIP is a cutting-edge platform that integrates and analyzes complex data streams, enabling organizations to gain actionable insights and make informed decisions. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see what they're doing here. Highly scalable architecture make it an ideal solution for tackling complexities of modern supply chain and operational challenges in industries such as upcycling. Palantir's Foundry's ability to process vast amounts of data in real time and provide predictive analytics will be a game changer. That's cool. That's cool. And that's something that we keep seeing as well. The insights and improvements derived, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. Expansion of additional plants across North America. Okay, that seems to be the most important things from this. This is the official announcement. Like I said, I'm excited because one, another sector, yet again. Two, Canadian company. I like to see the global expansion. And three, just in general, more partnerships announced. Very, very good. And four, I like it because it is Foundry and AIP. Again, showing that upselling ability. You want AIP? Here's Foundry too. Put them both together, bang, great. Another reason why I'm particularly bullish on AIP is because of the ability to upsell the other products and the other platforms. And that's why AIP is not monetized on its own yet, but it is still indirectly making Palantir money. So I hope that wasn't too rambly. This is the first time that I've ever seen this. So do forgive me. I didn't have time to read through this and, jot some thoughts down or anything like that. But those are my 4 reasons why I'm happy to see this today. I don't think it's going to be a mega amount of money or anything like that. And we don't actually have the figures in this. But still, money to Palantir, good. We see a lot of partnerships expand in the future, which we'll probably see here later on, however long in the future. So now, let's move on to the next thing, which is something that Alex Karp was saying at his during his recent interview on CNBC. And this was about the Fujitsu partnership, but it wasn't necessarily about that. And I received a few comments saying, well, isn't this bad? Like, this doesn't sound good for us Palantir investors, actually. But let's just watch it, and then we'll decide whether we think it's good or not. Let me share my... This is my post that I put on X. But let's just listen to what he has to say.
We just can't keep up with our product demand. We just can't keep up with our product demand. We looked for and found ideal partners for our services. We are just breaking at the seams in the U.S., and they are going to help us grow even more rapidly for providing their very, very competent services to the U.S. market, while we are able to scale our product. And that just, it's a very big issue for us. Demand for AIP has been unprecedented. We built aspects for enterprise AI that are unique. The market's beginning to recognize it, and we need help, and they're helping us, and they're very competent. We like working with them.
Okay, so you heard some key things that he just said there. We can't keep up with our product demand. We're breaking at the seams in the US, and the demand for AIP in particular has been unprecedented. So I guess when you look at this initially, you think, wow, they're so in demand. This is fantastic. Like, great. This is what we want as Palantir investors. But some people are coming at this from the side of caution. Why is he saying that we are breaking at the seams? Why is he saying that we can't keep up with demand? Does that mean that the demand that they're seeing, they literally can't keep up with, and therefore they won't be able to have new contracts and stuff like that in the future? I don't think that's the case. I think what's happening here is Alex Karp is just using the right terminology to get investors and to get people really excited about Palantir. I don't think it's that they actually can't keep up. And do you know what? As an investor, I would much rather the demand be there and then them work on being able to scale with that demand than the other way around. They've got everything in place and the demand isn't there, and it's never going to be there. I would much rather them be chasing because the demand is so high, having to expand their employee base, which we learned yesterday is really actually quite small. It's still under 5K, very, very new business. But I think this is great. We've heard many times with Alex Karp and others saying the AIP the demand is insane, and they're actually proving that by how many AIP boot camps they're holding. And not only are they just holding these boot camps, we are already seeing the outcome of them doing this, because that HISA partnership that was recently announced came directly off the back of an AIP bootcamp. So demand is there. They are then transferring that demand as well through the AIP bootcamps, and then them AIP bootcamps are then resulting in new contracts. So it seems to seamlessly be working, and they are having to do more and more bootcamps because of the demand. So I think this is really good. I think that this is bullish. His hair was a little bit questionable during that interview, as it always is. It sort of went to either side of his head. Not sure what was happening there. But yeah, this definitely does make me feel more and more confident and bullish as Palantir as the time goes on. And I think as well, I've said this time and time again, but it seems that AIP is going to be the driver to that next growth stage for Palantir. It seems to be the way that a lot of commercial businesses in particular are learning about Palantir. And it seems to be the way that a lot of commercial businesses are getting interested. And also with the AIP bootcamps, the barrier to entry is lower. So more can actually get on board with this. So I'm definitely not concerned. I'm not concerned, but I've definitely heard that some people are. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is see what on earth is going on with Palantir stock today. Let me know in the live chat or in the comments if you're not watching this live, what have you been doing with Palantir in your portfolio? So let's have a look. I need to share my screen again. Here I am, here I am. Cool. So let's zoom in. Okay, pre-market, Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, 1794, up by 0.96%. Let's just have a look what's been going on recently because it's been a little bit mental. So on the 5th, we then dropped, we then traded sidewards a little bit, then we had a little bit of a peak. It's been going up, it's been going down, it's been doing a little bit of everything. Over the last 1 month, not such a good position. Palantir investors that got in, not that long ago, maybe have held this stock for a couple of months, aren't really used to seeing this position fall. We have just been trading upwards and upwards and upwards, and it feels like we are literally going to the moon. But it seems to be a time of consolidation. People are selling out of the position. We've had some large institutions sell out. We've had lots of options on this stock. We're nearing, obviously, the tax year. That all comes into play. But, if you're a long-term investor, don't worry about the day-to-day movement. 6 months still up by just under 14%. Year-to-date, 178%. Absolutely mad, absolutely mad. So let's now go to my favorite bit of all the live streams, the chat. Let's see who we've got today. So just to recap, anyone that has just joined, Palantir has got a new partnership with a company called Plascred. It seems to be a company involved in the plastics upcycling industry sector. Exciting because of 4 reasons. 1, another sector, total addressable market is huge. 2, it should bring in more money, and that's always great. 3, what were the other reasons I said earlier? I've completely gone blank. Canadian company, global expansion. And I can't remember my 4th reason. Rewind the video, I guess. I'm sure I'll make a concise video about this later on today anyway. Thank you for joining, Gino. Thank you, Mickey and Colin. Appreciate you all being here. Sir Lalington, Palantir may break 19 today. Let's go. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Who knows? Who knows? I feel like we've just had a new partnership announced, so potentially that could build some momentum. That could maybe push the stock price up a little bit more, but we will see. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon for me. Appreciate you all being here. Good afternoon, Hayley. Very good value. EQTEC, also ATA Energy and Anglo American, D-Wave Quantum. Looking forward to your new channel. Thank you. Thank you for those suggestions. Yep, new channel is kicking off tonight at 7:30 UK time. It is called Stock Speak. Very excited. First video coming is PayPal. Obviously, this is a new channel. I'm going in a new direction with it. It probably will adapt and change as I see what sort of video structure people enjoy and what people don't enjoy. But yeah, we're going to premiere the video tonight. So come over there and chat to me in the live chat later on. It will be fun. Thank you, Drew. I like it. I'm going to be really sad when Christmas is over and the tree has to come down, because it does add a nice background. Do like it. I think it's very positive, bullish. Yeah. Any new partnership is obviously a good thing, but then we have to dive into why it's a good thing. Is it because of the money it brings? Is it because of the company that it is with? Is that a massive company that will get brand recognition and get the name of Palantir out there? Is it a company that indicates a new sector being explored? Is it a company that shows us that Palantir is expanded into new markets? Is it a company that actually is over a very long period of time and very, very important in what they will be doing, like the NHS contract? Those are the things that we need to think about every time we see a new partnership, a new contract announced. And this one today, although not the most exciting, there's been more exciting contracts, I won't lie, as a Palantir investor. And I don't think it's going to be the world's largest contract in terms of money or anything like that. It is still significant and it's still important. And we should absolutely care. 7,000 shares just holding for the moment. We'll load up if it drops to 15. 15 seems to be this, I guess, is it a resistance level? Because a lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of people say that their next buy-in opportunity that they're seeing is $15. 7,000 shares though, go you, amazing. Just purchased 50 shares on your my Monday morning. Okay, nice. I want some more shares. I am doing some exciting things in my portfolio. There is a particular new sector that I really want exposure to, and I'm looking to maybe add a new stock today. Of course, when I do that, I'll share it on Patreon, I'll share it on Discord, and eventually I'll put a YouTube video out on it. But yeah, exciting times. But Palantir is definitely, it's my second largest position, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Tesla being my first. I think there are many opportunities out there in the market. Palantir is one of them for sure, and it's one that I am most convicted for and most bullish on, and see the most opportunity in both the short term, the midterm, and the long term. Tesla being another one. A little bit more established, of course, but still one of the most innovative companies out there. Very, very excited to carry on being an investor and following that company. But even if you don't like those two companies, I think there are way more opportunities in different sectors with different stocks. The techs, and there's a particular one that I'm now seeing, and I've done some research, and there's maths there to back this up as to what sector this is and why it's going to be the next good investment. It's just picking the stock that you want to represent a sector in your portfolio. And I could have just added an ETF to represent many stocks within this new sector that I'm adding to my portfolio. But on my platform, I can't get an ETF to do that. So I've been taking my time and trying to decide which company or companies I want to add. But this is going to start as a very small position, these new 1 or 2 additions that I'm going to be adding. And then I'll grow them out on there. I'm in no rush. It's not something that I need to, add 1 million shares to right now or anything like that. But I'm excited. But Palantir, absolutely. Palantir, go. Let me just see what's happening. Yeah, it looks like it's hovering around the $18 sort of mark pre-market. Got some more, waiting for a dip to buy more. Are you waiting for the $15 range? That seems to be what a lot of people are waiting for. Does Palantir have to show first quarter profitability next year in order to be eligible for the S&P 500 again? Yes, they need to. Let me actually show this. If I can find it. Got 97 people on this live stream. Thank you everyone for joining. Okay, so I can't find what I wanted to show you. So you're asking basically, they've now become, I'm good. They've now become eligible for the S&P 500 inclusion because they've shown 4 consecutive quarters of gap profitability. I think that what you're asking is, do they have to remain gap profitable to be eligible for the S&P 500 inclusion? Confirm if that's what you're asking for, and then that's the question I'll answer. I think that's what you're saying, because I think what you're getting at is, what if in the next earnings we see that they're not gap profitable? Does that then mean they're not eligible? It doesn't matter what the stock price is today or tomorrow. In the long term, Palantir will be huge, and I hope Palantir will drop below 15 so I can buy back my 300 shares and even more. Yeah, unless you're trading this stock, which is absolutely fine if people are, it doesn't really matter what it's doing in the short term. We just need to know that in the long term, they are going in the right direction. And it feels like right now, because of that Titan contract delay, we've not really got anything that we're expecting this side of the new year. And I think that's why a lot of people are starting to be like, oh, maybe not great position, because we've had so much momentum recently with the company. We've had things coming up constantly. But actually, that's not the case. We are very much about to move into the new year. We expect the Titan contract announcement anytime between January and March, I think it was. And yeah, we obviously still getting new contracts. We've literally just had one today. But in the long term, what's everyone's investment horizon for Palantir? What's like the minimum amount of years that you want to hold this company for? Let me know. The answer to this question is nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. I am just adding what I can afford to add right now, when I can afford to add to the shares that I have. I share my portfolio really transparently, though. I think that it's very important to show people that want to start investing and maybe don't think that they have enough money to invest, that actually you can just start investing with a little amount of money and build it up from there. And it's less risky than actually just leaving your money in cash a lot of the time. But yeah, look at the channel. I have portfolio updates that I always do. Come and join the Discord if you want a portfolio update every single week and you want to chat to me on there. But yeah, I share it transparently, so you'll absolutely be able to see. Just go on the channel. The problem with naming a price you'll buy more at is if it doesn't go to that price, does that mean that you're not buying? Yeah, this is absolutely a problem. And it can really mess with your head and your emotions, because you're constantly trying to wait for something to happen that may not actually happen. But yeah, some people obviously have their own price targets and they're happy to wait for those. For me, I just want to keep buying, and then I'll add more if it does dip more. $20 by Friday, patience. Yeah, Friday. Haven't we got a we're expecting the renewal announcement, right? Of the I'm just, because I tweeted about this earlier, I'm just looking to see if anyone's got back to me. So I think we are expecting the Army Vantage data platform contract renewal to be announced this Friday. That is what Louis De Palma, that analyst that went a bit crazy on Palantir, that's what he was saying. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or whether it's just going to be another case of a delay, as we always see on the government side. But yeah, potentially we could absolutely hit 20 by Friday, and we could absolutely not. Who knows? Who knows? I don't mind what happens, to be honest, in that short amount of time. Guys, Colin's right. Come on, hit the like button. Hit the like button. I think that means that YouTube pushes your video out more. I'm not very good at all the behind the scenes stuff. Yes, this Friday. Okay. Well, again, if that is noted by many people, that could also cause the stock price to go up, along with this new contract that we've just heard today. But to be honest, if retail investors are just buying a little bit more of the stock, it's not going to move the stock price up that much. It's if the large institutions start purchasing great deals of the stock or selling great deals of the stock. Does anyone have, just whilst I'm on this live, does anyone have any video content ideas that you guys want to see on this channel? Should really be related to Palantir, Tesla, or maybe something like that. Maybe you want something that's completely different to what I normally do, but do let me know. I want to make sure I'm always trying new things and, you know, trying to, what was I saying? Trying to motivate more people to start investing as well. $15 to $17, no big deal. If you truly understand the company, anything under 20 is a steal. Yeah, I agree. Doesn't matter short term. We have to ask ourselves, where is this company going to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? And if your time horizon allows for you to wait until that time, you have the patience to do that, and you think that you're going to be way more valuable in the future and have way more partnerships, expand more, then this time right now is going to feel so insignificant in the future as they grow and as the stock price grows. I don't know if you're asking what my new channel is, or if you're asking whether I was mentioning that question I just asked for my new channel. So I'll answer both. The new channel is called Stock Speak. So STOCKSPEAK. It's going to be a place I talk about many, many different stocks, not just Tesla and Palantir. First video coming out tonight about PayPal. I hope that channel does well because I'm really excited for it. And I think that it will be a good way to tell people about many, many stocks and give them an overview so that then they can decide if they want to invest into that position or research it further. But no, my question on what sort of videos do you want was more about this channel. Because, you know, I cover the news on these live streams and I make videos about the latest news on Palantir and Tesla. But I don't want to just do that. I want to make sure the videos are as valuable as possible. The news will always be important. I think it's really key that investors are kept up to date and know what's going on. And, you know, if I can save you guys time by sharing it and you don't have to go and do your own research and think about what it means, then perfect. But what other videos do you want to see that aren't just news videos? My average price is $11. I sold 20% on a position slightly above 20, got back in at 19. It went up to 20. I sold it again, got back in at 18. Wow, that was a mouthful. Yeah, that's pretty good timing, I must say, actually. I don't really like trying to get in and out because, okay, two things, actually. If we saw a massive run up on Palantir and it was like literally insane, I might take some profit. I might. If I have another position that I'm trying to build up and it makes sense to do so, move that money. But all in all, I'm not really moving in and out of positions very often at all, if ever, because Palantir right now is one of my largest positions and I want it to be for the foreseeable future, unless anything changes. If I sell shares and get the profit whilst it's been running up this year, I then have to decide what to do with that money. And I don't right now have a different position that I need that money for. So what I would have to do is take that money and then hold it and wait until it dips, if it dips, to then put back in. So it's just not something that I'm really doing right now. But yeah, you've timed that perfectly. I'm going to have to jump off this live stream very soon, but I know that there's some questions I haven't answered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow me. Actually, should I do it on YouTube? I will put a YouTube community post out answering any other questions I haven't got to during this live. So if your question's not been answered, I'm going to answer it. I'll just do it in a community post. I'm just seeing if there's anything else here that I want to make sure we touch on before. And keep giving me video ideas of things that you want to see, like this one. Would be interesting to hear the biggest competitors for Palantir and Tesla and what advantages and disadvantages each one have. Any upcoming challenges on the same field for us to look out for? Great suggestion. I think that keeping an eye on competitors is absolutely key. Very good suggestion. Thank you. I will note that one down. I'm in my 30s and I'm investing for a very long term. Don't know now how long that means for each one of my stocks at the moment. Yeah, you don't have to know right now. If you know that you're going to be investing for a long, long time, it takes the pressure off you to have to decide right now what the next big thing is and what the next big 100 bagger stock is. So yeah, don't worry. As long as you know that you're in it for the long term, you're not going to be trading in and out. You can relax a little bit and just keep buying and keep accumulating. And you know what? I think with long-term investing, there seems to be a lot of, I don't want to say double standards, but like people getting really annoyed when someone sells out of a position. But as you go on in your investment journey, you're going to learn more and you're going to understand and optimize your strategy for what you want and your risk portfolio, your risk tolerance, and everything like that. So it's only natural to think actually what I invested in a year ago is not really where I want my portfolio to be going. Sell out, cut your losses, move on. And a lot of people get a lot of stick for doing that. But actually, I think that's a natural part of getting better at anything in life. You know, realizing where you're wrong, cutting your losses, changing direction and figuring out what path you actually want to go on. And I'm sure that happens to most people. Yeah, it's really hard for Palantir to push across the $20 resistance mark. A lot of calls at that level. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of calls get executed at the $20 range. And that means that every time it hits that, they then get executed. It brings the stock price back down. So it's constantly trying to push past that level. And that's why it was so exciting when it did it before. But it will at some point. It will absolutely at some point. Okay. Right. We'll end on Mickey's comment here. Army contract renewal could be in 2 weeks. I've just read. We'll have to research further on this one. I wouldn't get our hopes up that it's going to be Friday just because they tend to be very delayed. But yeah, it's going to come soon anyway, whether that's Friday or in 2 weeks, whenever. And then, of course, we have to look on to the Titan project contract anytime between January and March next year. But before that, there will be many things that happen with Palantir, I'm sure. Literally constantly getting information about Palantir. They are one of the most innovative companies right now out there. They're constantly doing things. And on that note, let's leave it here for today, guys. I appreciate you all coming, as always. Please give this a like because, as Colin said earlier, we don't seem to have many likes on this live, which is a shame. And then maybe YouTube will push it out. Like I said, please feel free to go into my comment section on any video and leave me suggestions on new topics that you want to see covered. I just want to make sure this is as valuable as possible. And also, like I said, check out the new video coming on the new channel tonight at 7:30 UK time. Oh, that was a mouthful. Appreciate you being here as always. Thank you very much for joining me live, or if you're not live, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Bye-bye, everyone.